So in this video, I want to talk about the most important positions you should recruit in CFB 25. So I made a list for you guys. These are going to be like the most important. So some of the guys you want to bring in, try to get on campus and try to recruit immediately once recruiting first opens. And I made some positions that's kind of not as important that you could wait later into the year or really all the way to the off season to get one of these players. All right, so for this, I simmed to the offseason, and it's the first week of the transfer portal window, and I want to talk through a few things. I also simmed to this point because I want to show y'all, I want to give y'all a visual of what I'm talking about. So the first position group I'm going to put more important that you need to address early and really find a good player is going to be wide receiver / tight end. And as y'all know, man, these wide receivers in these games, they have horrible skill caps at times. So you really got to find a gem. And if you wait too long throughout the year, it's going to be tougher to find a gem prospects, whether it be a 4-star, 3-star tight end. It's going to get tougher throughout the year. Like, we're at the end of the season here, and let's sort by 4-stars. Obviously, there's going to be not many 4-star receivers left. And there's none that's left out there. All the 4-stars are signed. That's expected, man. All 4-star players should be signed at this point. It'll be a few that slip through the cracks. But then you look at 3-stars, and it's like 10 here. You know, it's not a lot. 10 is a good amount. If you scouted all these guys, you'll be able to find maybe 1-2 gems if you get lucky. But point is, like, you gotta recruit gems for these receivers and tight ends. And if you wait too long, the longer you wait, the tougher it is to actually find a good player. So wide receiver and tight end is one of the positions you probably want to knock out early, especially if you need them. If you don't need a wide receiver or tight end, don't worry about it. But if you're looking to add one of those guys to your team, you need to find them early and make sure you secure that recruitment. Other positions you could wait, and we'll get into that later in that video. Another position group you cannot wait to recruit in the cycle. You got to hop on them immediately, no diddy. It's going to be the O-line. And, you know, we 5-stars, 4 5-star offensive linemen, tackles here. You know, as far as 4-stars, you got a lot more, but they're all committed as expected. Then you go down to 3-stars, and all of the 3-star tackles are gone. Like, you will not see that with other position groups. Literally, you cannot get a 3-star tackle. If you need a tackle at this point in the offseason, we're only talking about high school, you literally can't even get a 2-star. All the 2-star tackles are gone, man. Like, these tackles, you have to literally find you a 1-star tackle if you need to add someone. Everyone else signs, and that's not the case. Like, some position groups, every player in that group will not sign. O-lineman, every single 3-star, 4-star, almost 2-star will sign as well. Here we found one 3-star guard that you could find. You also usually could find a center, a 3-star center. Let's see if we have any, and we have 3. We have 3 here in total, but O-lineman is a position group you cannot wait. You can't wait until the offseason. You can't wait until the middle of the year. Like, you got to go after them guys early because the CPU will go after them guys early and leave for you to just being ass out with no O-lineman. And then you're looking at a similar thing here with the D-line. Like, the D-line also goes pretty fast, man, and none of these guys last to the offseason. And here, you got, a couple 5-stars, you got a bunch of 4-stars, they're all signed. Of course, 3-stars, all signed. As far as edge rushers, man, and that's left and right ends. Every single 3-star edge rusher signed. They found a home. You literally can't find any here. You go down to 2-stars, and at least there's some here. You can find a couple 2-stars to add to your team, but it's not great. It's not great. You got to go after these guys early in the year. Same thing with the D tackles, man. Literally all the 2-star D tackles are signed. You can't find a 2-star D tackle. You can't find a 3-star D tackle either. If you can't find a 2-star, you obviously can't find a 3-star. But just a position group, you cannot wait last minute. You got to go after these guys early if you want them. And then the last position group that you cannot wait for, and then we'll get into the other side of it, is going to be all of the defensive backs. You cannot wait. All of the defensive backs are going to be gone, man. You obviously got your 5-stars, 3 of them, your 4-stars all signed up. Your 4-stars, then your 3-stars also all signed up, at least for cornerback. You look at your 2-stars, you can find a handful. It's not good, man. It is not good. Nasty work, actually. Free safeties, 2-stars available, 3-stars, they're all gone. Or actually, it's 3 of them. Excuse me. It's 3-stars free safeties you could actually sign at this point in the year. And for strong safety, how many are you looking at? None. No strong safety 3-stars, 2-stars. Let's see here. They're all gone. So it looks like free safety is going to be a little bit more forgiving. but not much. You can't wait long to sign these defensive backs. If you want them, if you need them on your team, you can't wait to the offseason like you can for these position groups we're about to get into. Now, the other side of things, man, quarterback is going to be the first position group that you could wait all day. If you want a 3-star at least, you could wait all day. Even these 4-stars, they be super unrecruited. I swear, it's so easy to bring in an athlete or a scrambling quarterback. They just under-recruited. Like, so often, they're just under-recruited. I don't know what it is. But you see here, the 3-star quarterbacks. You see how many of these guys are left. Like, you could scroll, and all of these guys are still here, and you could literally find gems. Like, some of these guys are very good players. They're all 3-stars here. And if you scout them, add them, you could add 3 of these guys during the offseason period if you wanted. Some are athletes, some of them can play defense, running back, wherever. 4-stars, obviously, like I said, most of these 4-stars are all going to be gone by the time you hit this transfer portal. But quarterback is just one of them position groups. You could kind of wait. You don't have to, be super aggressive unless you absolutely need a quarterback. I need to find a top quarterback, fine. But oftentimes than not, you could wait all the way to the offseason, find you a nice little 3-star gem quarterback, athlete, scrambler, whatever, and he's going to be a dog. So quarterback is just one of them positions you could wait. Staying on the offense side of the ball, I'm going to say running back. It's kind of a position you could also wait for, man. Not as much as quarterback. You see here is about 6, 7 of these guys here, man, that you could still recruit at this point. And, they're all elusive or receiving backs. There's one power back in here, an athlete. It seems like the power backs usually go first, or it's just less power backs in each class. It's either one. It might just be less power backs in each class, man. And it makes sense. I don't think they put out equal amount of power backs, receiving backs, elusive backs in every single class, or any archetype. I don't think they put the same amount. For example, quarterback, field generals, I feel like they're the most rare. You don't see as many field general quarterbacks as you see athletes or scramblers and improvisers. That's just what I've seen from my experience playing this game. But running back is another position group. You could kind of wait a little bit during the season. You don't have to pursue them week 1. You could wait. Some of these guys get under-recruited, and a few guys do slip through the offseason. It's not a lot, but I feel like this is a position group you definitely could wait on. You don't have to be super pressed. Because even if you find a 3-star running backs, I've seen some 3-star running backs, insane. Speed, trucking, power. I actually seen some insane running backs in this game at the 3-stars. I can't say the same for that at other position groups. And then lastly, I'll talk about linebacker. And I feel like they're kind of in between, man. You don't want to wait all the way to the off season because it's not going to be many of these guys. There's literally one guy here you go after. But I feel like you shouldn't really prioritize linebacker when you're recruiting unless you need one. I would suggest going after the athlete middle linebackers and prioritizing that if you have a 4-star, 5-star, because it's not that many of them in each class. As you see here, 4-star is literally only 3 athlete linebackers. I'll prioritize these 3 players, but outside of that, I probably wouldn't make them a huge priority, in my opinion. I feel like linebacker is the one position group I could get by without having a great player. Especially when I'm playing every game, I could get by without having great linebackers. D-line, safeties, cornerbacks, I can't get by with that. I could get by without having great safeties and linebackers, in my opinion, the way I run my defense. However y'all run your defense, y'all might be able to get by with bad D linemen. I can't. Not against this all Heisman running game. But like I said, in my opinion, I feel like you could just, lay off, linebackers and even running backs. Those are the 2 position groups I don't prioritize. It's just not as important as some of these other position groups. So when you're recruiting and deciding what players you're going at the first and you're prioritizing your hours, you can look at this screen. The screen is helpful, but it's also good to know what position groups go first. And that's why I just mentioned some of them. If I know I'm bringing in a 3-star quarterback in that class, I don't need to go after them week 1. I just don't. There's no point. I know I could get one literally in the offseason. So I might wait until week 8 to go after my quarterback, my 3-star quarterback. I'm not going to do it week 1. I need to get an old lineman. I need to get, a wide receiver early on because those guys actually go first and I need to find a gym. But that's just some advice, y'all. Let me know how y'all feel down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click the video on the screen now for my Vanderbilt rebuild.